Hey y'all, it's Kathy, and I am back at it with Dee Dee Farragut's 3 and 15 Don't Freak Out Before Christmas challenge. Sorry I have been AWOL for a week. Yeah, I really had intended to have videos up this week, but yeah, that didn't work out. I have, like so many of you, been seeing all these weather reports and this awful weather that's happening, and I live in East Tennessee, and know people who have been affected by first Hurricane Helene and then again by Milton. We've not been affected here by Milton, but my brother lives in Clearwater, Florida, and needless to say, I've had a lot of anxiety this week. So, and then I try not to show my anxiety because my parents, I don't want to make them upset, but boy, I wish I could have just turned the world off this week and just let it go by, but I couldn't and didn't do that. So I watched and I prayed, and thankfully my brother and his girlfriend and her family, they're all okay. So for that, I am very thankful. Thank you, Lord. But my heart just breaks. My heart just breaks for the people that are not okay. I hear the helicopters go out every morning, and I hear them come back every evening. And I'm so thankful for them. And I'm so thankful for the people who are flying them and the people who are working to put the supplies on them. But it breaks my heart. So yeah, I'm kind of struggling this week. I'm sorry. I think I just needed somebody to talk to. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna get going on these beautiful pockets. Thank y'all for being there. Thank y'all for being there. And I do love you. And I thank you for listening to me. And my little unhappiness is over now, so I'm going to get on with this. This is Dee Dee's hashtag 3 and 15 DFBC. It's 3 and 15 Don't Freak Out Before Christmas. The challenge that she's doing right now. And I am following along and making my videos. Excuse me, y'all, for just a second. Yep, gotta wipe the tears. But it's okay. It's gonna be okay. Today is gonna be a good day. Today is gonna be a good day. Okay. 3 and 15 Don't Freak Out Before Christmas challenge. And I just love this little pocket. It is, at first I didn't know if I was gonna like it or not, because I thought, okay, there's not very much to it. I'm not gonna have much journaling space on it, but not only can you put as many tags as you want back here, these little booklets are such a cute little idea. And they just slide right in. And they add decoration to the pocket. They just add everything you need. Isn't that just cute? So this is what we're gonna work on today. And I do have 3 videos to make today. I have done quite a lot of prep. I don't know if I'm going to put them all into one video or if I'm going to split them up. So y'all wait and see. Okay, so here's our goal. Is that pocket. And here are our supplies. Now, like I said, I did cheat. I went ahead and made my little booklets. And I've got them in my little sets of 3. So I'll pull one out here. And then I do have another little set of booklets to make. So I'll set those up there. We'll choose this pocket. And we'll make this tag to go behind it. Okay. Push everybody back up there out of the way. And this is what we're going for. So, what I have here, you remember my pockets, I like to make them a little bit bigger. So, mine is 4 by 4. My pocket itself is 4 by 4. So, my tag, I think I made it, it's 3 1/4 by 6. So, we will cut our little tag corners. That can't be easier. So our tag's done. Now my little booklets, and I'm just using scrapbook paper, are 4 wide by 3 tall. And what I'm going to do is just fold them in half on the wide side so that they end up being 2 wide by 3 tall. And we'll do that with all 3 of them. I was watching Gail Augustinelli this morning, and she was making pockets for her Christmas journals. She was making some from a previous challenge that Dee Dee did, a previous year. And here I want to round these corners. So we'll go with the corner rounder and we'll just give it I'm using the 7 millimeter. Okay. And I know I haven't folded these absolutely perfectly. I can trim them down or I can ink around them, which is what I'll do. I'll ink around them and get them looking all pretty. Oops, didn't have that one in there good. And now I really made a mess on my desk. There we go. So I guess I can go ahead and ink around these. I just closed my ink, of course. Y'all tell me if you do the same thing when you're crafting. Do you put your tools away every time you use them? I am so bad about that. I really am. It's funny. So yeah, I'm just gonna put a little bit of ink on these, just on the edges, and I'll hit that little fold part, the little spine, I guess you would say, and it just kind of corrects any imperfections there. Ink works wonders. Like the ink. So yeah, and I know you've heard me talk about this before, but this is from the Rambling Crafter, Shell and Clint. It's CHELLE and Clint. On YouTube, it's Shell and Clint, the Rambling Crafter. And on Etsy, it's the Rambling Crafter. I will try to remember to link their Etsy below. These are the most wonderful ink blender tools. They're lightweight, they're easy to hold, and I have very bad hands. My right hand especially has issues. So I am very thankful to have this because it's so much easier to hold on to. Might as well go ahead and ink while I'm inking, right? And might as well get that little tag too. It's funny, Dee Dee was talking about in one of her videos that she loves this sound. The sound of the inking is so cathartic. It just relaxes. It does for me. It's just a wonderful calming effect, is just to hear that sound. And it was so funny because every time I say something about that, I think of one of the ladies at my craft retreats that I love to go to, and I haven't been able to go in the last couple of times because I've needed to stay with my parents for one reason or the other. But see, isn't that pretty? But yeah, I was sitting next to her, and she started inking, and I said, oh, that is the most wonderful sound in the world. And it was funny because we all laughed about it, because it is. We all find comfort in that sound. And I just thought that was neat that we all had something in common like that it's just a very calming, familiar sound. Okay, and obviously I am in a trying to stay calm mood today. But boy, you know, I have anxiety and panic attacks on a good day. So y'all can just imagine what this week has been. I'm glad it's Friday, and yeah. I have wanted to go back to bed every day this week. I have not done it because I really can't. For obvious reasons, I need to be awake and alert with the family. But if I go to sleep, if I go back to bed and go to sleep after I have woken up in the morning, if I don't have a headache when I wake up in the morning, I count that as a blessing. But if I go to bed, back to bed for a little while longer, I will have the worst migraine when I wake up. It's just not worth it. So if I wake up around 4:30, 5 o'clock, often I will not go back to bed. And that it really has turned into kind of my time. I just sit and watch YouTube videos and have my coffee and get my day started before I get everybody else's day started. And my dog, oh my goodness, she is so funny. I think she has an internal alarm clock that just won't quit. She, piece of lint fell off of my sponge. It's gonna be time for a new sponge pretty soon, I think. But anyway, my little dog, little Minnie, she's a miniature Yorkie. And she's not getting up before 9 o'clock. If I go in there to get her up, ask her if she wants to get up, she will look at me like I have lost my mind. So I have to wait until 9 o'clock to wake her up. And then I wake my mom up about 9:15, 9:30. So usually I have a pretty decent amount of time in the mornings to start my day. So I'm thankful for that. Now this one, I headed them in the opposite direction. That blue goes good with that pink. I like those together. And of course I like that together. Okay, these are just turning out so cute. I like them. I like them. I like them a lot. Okay, so here's our tag for this one. And it matches the papers of some of these, so I've tried to keep them random. I've tried not to use too much of the same pattern on one pocket. I'm trying to make them really eclectic, really interesting, different, not matchy-matchy. Which seems to be the theme of my life. Really eclectic and different and not matchy-matchy. Oh my goodness. Another thing that's been caused, I know I said I wasn't going to talk about this anymore. Another thing that's been caused, and that's got a little tear in the corner there, that does not bother me. That gives it character. And if I really, really don't like it, when I put it in my journal, I can pop a flower or an embellishment of some kind over it, and it will be just fine. I think, even after all the counting I did, I am going to be one set short on these little booklets for the front. But that's okay. They're quick and easy. And the other thing that I do, I don't know if y'all can see it on the camera, I hope you can, but I keep, in order not to have my ink dauber getting everything dirty somewhere, I keep it in just this little container. And this is just the bottom of a pill bottle cut off with my X-Acto knife. And it fits perfectly right there. And it keeps it standing up and all that good stuff. So that's my little tip of the day, I guess. And Dee Dee, bless her heart, she has got to be so busy. I think her new job is going to be really good for her. Sounds like it. Sounds like she enjoys it. It challenges her. And I know she likes that. So I hope she's having a whole lot of success and not worrying about us too much with the challenge. Because we can do what we need to do. Okay, so there's another set. And I did not ink that first one, but that's okay. And I don't have my little papers to use. Let's see what we can come up with for this one. I got to show y'all something. Oh, I was so worried. I printed whole bunch of stuff. I was playing around on the computer and making some background papers and things. And I made these beautiful papers. Really pretty papers. But guess what happened? My magenta stopped printing. So I have cleaned the nozzles and cleaned the nozzles and cleaned the nozzles. And this is what I'm getting now. So I'm very, very happy that my magenta has started dropping its little dots again. So that's good. So that was one good thing that happened this week. So we got to be thankful for, look at that. That was supposed to be, this was supposed to be coffee dyed color. Yeah, not nearly that yellow-green neon. So what I will do with these is I will run them back through, or I will just spray them and actually coffee dye them. That's probably what I'll do. It'll be more fun and it'll be messier. Let's see. This one I think is the one. No, that's not the one. That's the ones that I was showing y'all that I didn't like. We will use this one. I think that one will be pretty with it. Okay, so now I need again a piece that is 4 by 3. So let's just get this little dude out. And I'm gonna need 3 of them. So I'm gonna have to go steal from some of my other ones and just mix and match a little bit. And okay, so there are 3 more of them. Easy peasy. Except my little foot fell out of my cutter. And they'd probably work out better if I didn't fold them all at the same time, but hey. Ink will correct a multitude of issues. No, that one didn't do very well. Very good. This thing works for the best broom for my desk, and it squishes out glue. Multi-purpose. Okay. Give these little things a little ink. Maybe that side's prettier. And it's paper. You can always change it a little bit if you decide you need to. Oh, that side's pretty. Yeah, that's going to be the front. Okay, now we need to go over here and pilfer well. I'm holding it up instead of laying it down, and it's not wanting, my pocket's not wanting to act right. Oh yeah, that's pretty. So let's see what we get here. If we do this. Very pretty. These are just so versatile. Okay, so now what we have and you can round the corners at the bottom if you want to. Probably when I'm decorating, I will put the tag topper. Nope, still got to ink this one. And I know I've said before that a lot of times when I'm making the pockets and stuff, I don't ink until I'm ready to put them into the project, because sometimes, let's see, put this one here, because sometimes I ink with a different color. Like, it depends on the journal. If I have one that's specifically requested in a color, then a lot of times I'll add some of that color ink to the project. Okay, and there we go. I think those turned out great. Good. Thank you for that one, Dee Dee. Okay, so one down. Our next one, I'll pull on over here. And again, I've done a lot of the prep work. But our next one here is this little pocket that had the envelope cut off for the front, and it folded up to make a pocket in the side, and then when you glue it down to the page, it has a pocket for tags. So there we go. And then we've got a small tag in that first pocket in the envelope part, and then we have again a little booklet in that second part of the pocket. Now, if y'all remember, I ran out of envelope corners. I don't know what I did with them, but all I did in that instance is just put my tag and my little booklet both in the same tuck. That works fine as well. And then we've got our pocket to pull our journaling card out of with a little tab on it. And then our tags to go behind. So that's what we've got. So these, I've got 4 more to do. So these are my small tags for the front. They're that tag. So what I think I'm gonna do is go ahead and make them tag shape. And I usually I'd say 80% of the time, I will cut my tag shapes with my little cards. Alright, little drawer. I got something going on in my little drawer here that does not want to act right. Oh, okay, well then I'm not going to show you my cards. But I have the little cards that I've cut the corners off. I know y'all have seen them a million times. And a lot of time I use those. But today we're just going with this. And what Rachel at Roxy Creations does is a lot of times she'll nip those bottom corners of her tags too, and I think that looks good too. I always opt for the largest angle for the tops, but sometimes I do get that little bottom nip in there. We'll do this one too. Just give us a little bit of variety. Okay, so there's our 4 tags for the fronts. Set those aside. Give them a little sweeper out here. Now, the next thing we have to do is the little booklet insert. So, these the finished size is 3 by 3.5. So what you need is 6 wide by 3.5 tall. And then again, you just fold them in half. And I've got 3 more of them here. I will probably need another one of these. Maybe. I don't even know how many I need. Okay, and here I'm going to round the corners. Okay. And I guess I'll go ahead and ink. This might be a long video. Y'all watching me ink all this stuff. But I do like that sound today. It's calming. Oh, I know why I only have 3 of these.